and then there's this other chair that sits against the wall, and that's probably where you'll sit. So there's a little rest that you can put your arm on, and Stephanie is usually the girl that works in there, and shake it, but it's pretty much just a big stretchy rubber band. So you'll have that tied around your arm up here, and it's pretty tight. You remember that? So it's for little kids, I say, oh, it's just a tight hug, but it does squeeze pretty tight. If you wear long sleeves, you can pull your sleeve up, and Stephanie's really good about tying the rubber band on your sleeve so it doesn't pinch. So that's a cool thing that we do.
Yeah, I don't like it over here because it's where I got it.
This is that where you like it?
Well, this is where the
Best spots?
yeah, because that thing.
Oh, that's a good one. Do you have one on both sides like that?
No.
Okay, so she'll probably try that one, and then after she puts that tight hug on, she'll probably go like this because she'll want to feel which one is juicy. And you know what they're taking out of your vein, right? Some blood. And do you know why they take blood? So blood is a cool thing in your body that can hold lots of different information about your health. So if the doctors take some blood out, they can send it to a lab, and people that know how to do that kind of thing test it, and you can find out all different information about why you're feeling good, what can make you feel better, why you're feeling bad. So it's a good way to get lots of information with just doing one little test. Okay, so depending on what the doctor says, they might just take 1 tube, they might take 2, they might take 3, they might take 5 or 6. But it's important to remember that they won't take too much from your body, because you have thousands and thousands of these worth in your body. So like yesterday, I had a little girl that took 10, which seems like a lot when you see it sitting there next to you. Oh my God, you're taking 10, that's too much, but it's not too much. They're very careful.
About 10 taken.
Okay.
And your body can make more.
Yep, that's a good thing about it too. So just so you know that, are you a kid that likes to look at it or not look at it? You don't like to look at it?
His brother would like to look at it. Yeah.
See, I don't like to look either, but you will feel what's going on, so that's why it's cool to go through the steps so you know what's coming. And if I'm here and you want me to go in with you, I can stand on your other side, I'll hold the iPad for you, and you can play a game or watch a show or whatever. So you can have this free hand to play a game. Do you like shows or games or both? So you can pick. And then on this arm, you don't have to look. I can hold up a piece of paper so you don't look, but I can tell you, hey, you're about to feel that tight hug. Hey, you're about to feel her finger touching you. So that way you know what's coming, and when the poke comes, you can be ready for it. So that's a good thing about my job. So after she's going like that, and she picks probably that vein you showed me, then she'll use this. What is this? Do you know?
Alcohol.
Yep. And for little kids, I just say it's cold, smelly soap, because it kind of stinks, right? Gross. So she'll take it out and clean, clean, clean. And you can clean your own hands so you see how it feels if you don't remember. And so it's just cold, smelly soap. You can just throw it in there. So she'll clean, clean, clean. And then after that, she'll take one of these little butterfly pokes. And this is the part that she'll just do a little poke in your skin. And the good thing is you just get the one poke, and then she can take all the blood from here.
Yeah.
Remember that part?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have like this one. Do you have the numbing stuff?
We do have some numbing spray, the kind of cold stuff. Did you have the thing that goes, we don't have those here, but we have other things that can be numbing. So we can use the cold spray. And then I also brought this in to show you. This is called Buzzy, and this does the same kind of idea as numbing. So if I turn it on, it just vibrates really loud. And you put it right here on your arm, and then it makes your arm all tingly and vibraty. So when that poke goes in, you either don't feel it at all, or you just feel a little tiny poke.
Huh, that's pretty cool. I've never seen that before.
Ever.
Yeah.
So
well, and he's a sensory kid. He's on the
okay.
autism spectrum, so the sensory stuff, he always loves
deal.
fuzzy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can, hold it and play with it and turn it on. You can buy these for yourself too. If you're not really wanting to deal with your injections, those are helpful for that.
And that was the other thing we wanted to talk to you about. Yeah.
I've had something like this. I'll put it on the
Yeah, it will travel if you let it. So if you want, we can do that. So we can just put that on your hand with kind of one of these, or mom can come with us and she can stand there and hold it. And then when you feel that, get that poke, you either won't feel it at all or just a little bit. So I'll be like, okay, hey, we're about to turn Buzzy on. Okay, you're gonna feel that cold soap. And then we'll be kind of over here, not focusing on it so you don't have to look. And then she just takes that little butterfly poke out and you'll get a Band-Aid. And that's it. Questions about that?
Does that work?
This is a real one, but I can't poke you with it because they are used one time only. And so when the poke is out, when you're all done, you pull these little butterfly wings down And then there, but I can go get a new one and show you if you want me to. Would that be
Can
helpful?
you show them the part inside of the syringe part? How it suctions. It's like, it's a vacuum, Mason.
Yeah. So see, it looks, there's no holes in here. But then this little pointy part down in there, when you push it in there, it opens that up. And so it goes, and it just sucks some blood out of the tube and into here. And then when you take it out, it closes itself back up. So when you push that on here, it causes some of your blood to travel through the little poke and through the tube and goes and fills this out. And then she'll take, so you might hear this sound, even though you won't be looking, you'll hear it going. So you hear that, and then she'll probably go like this with it. Turn it upside down. And then she has this little stand for them. So different types of tests require different additives, which just means different types of liquid to be put in there. So whatever this test looks for, it wants to be mixed with this in the blood. And this test doesn't have to be mixed with anything. This is another different kind of it. And that's all stuff that Stephanie knows that she went to school to learn about. So I'm not really sure, but it's just stuff that mixes with the blood to be able to make your tests happen. So I'm gonna go get you a real one of these to show you. And if you look in here, you can see the poke in there. You see it? And it looks kind of big, but it's important to remember that just the very little tip of it goes under your skin. So I'll go get a real one. Do you want to walk over with me? You can poke your head in the lab and see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll stay here. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
You want to hold it? Be careful not to poke yourself, okay? And then when she's all done, she moves the blue wings down and it makes sure that the poke is safe and doesn't get anybody.
Okay, so how does it like you float it like you pull it back and it goes in and
It's not a loading one. She knows how much pressure to use to put it in your skin. It's not like your pen.
So she does very carefully. She just gently pushes it just enough to poke it right underneath your skin and go into the vein.
And they practice thousands and thousands and thousands of times.
She's so great at it. And then when we're doing Buzzy, hopefully you won't feel it at all. And if you do feel it, a lot of kids tell me it feels like if you just have one of those very thin little beige colored rubber bands, and if you were to go like this with it, it feels like that. Okay? And so she just kind of pushes it, and then she slides it down. If you want, you can slide it down and make it go away. Just kind of gotta do it a little bit carefully. And then it's protected so it doesn't accidentally poke anybody. And then she puts it in one of these, which is a sharps container. What do you use for sharps container at home?
apple Charlie so I can close it up.
A heavy juice bottle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I like to use the bleach bottles or the laundry detergent bottles because you can take the label off and then decorate it with like Sharpie markers and make it look however you want. So if you want
We
to make
just
it,
had one of those empty up. We can try that.
so you can
Or
make
empty
it
out.
superheroes or what are you into? Pokemon?
Well, there's this fun game called Ark. It's really fun. I really want to make like a surfer on it. So me and my brothers can just play by ourselves on it.
Oh, awesome. So other people aren't in there.
Yeah, and we can invite like friends on it and stuff.
Oh, cool. So yeah, maybe you can make like an art themed sharps container.
He's a science nerd too. He's into the research for diabetes and all that stuff.
Oh my
He's very,
gosh.
very super smart.
Are you kidding? You want to meet our researchers here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I had it before.
So that's a little different. That's an IV catheter.
Yeah, that's what I had.
You had an IV, yes, when you got diagnosed.
Mhm.
You still kind of see
Yeah.
the hole.
I had to get blood work done yesterday. See, I have my little mark still. So I don't really show kids that a lot because we don't get them here, but I had one in there just to teach kids because a lot of people think that if you have an IV, the needle stays under your skin, but it doesn't. You just have this tiny straw.
Yeah.
So do you have any questions about the lab?
No.
How are you feeling about getting your labs done next time? Better?
Yeah.
A little better? Okay.
Is there a possibility to put a note on his chart that he needs to get the blood work done right when he gets here so the anxiety doesn't build?
Yeah, I don't know if they can put it. I can tell them to put a note, but even if they don't put a note, say that. Even
Okay.
If they do put a note, say that.
Yeah, because the quicker it's over, the better.
perfect.
Yeah.
And then also ask for me, because I don't automatically go see everybody, but if
Okay.
you say like we want child life there, they'll make sure that they'll
Okay.
get me.
Awesome.
And when we were walking over, he said if I'm here, it would be helpful if I came in. Do
Yeah.
you know when your next appointment is yet?
No, we haven't made it yet, but it'll be in 3 months. 3
Okay,
months.
cool.
Yeah.
Before.
And
Well,
if you
it's
think
just
of questions in the meantime and you want to call me because you thought of something about the lab, or if you can have your mom call her, you can call me and talk about it, okay? I'll give her my email address too. So I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about your injections, how those are going. So I have a whole nother kit with that stuff. Is there anything out of here that you want to keep or that you have more questions about or you want to touch? Want to keep a tourniquet? Okay. 2 tourniquets?
Sure.
You can practice that on your, what's your bear called? I don't know.
Rufus?
Rufus. There you go. I never remember that
That's
one.
good.